Hey, welcome to another great episode of the Real Deal Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Courtney Harden. Very excited to start week 4 of my Women's History Month series. I've had a lot of incredible women on this show from all over, from a lot of different areas of podcasting and sports reporting and media and business and content creation and it just continues. So I'm very excited to bring my next guest in a few. But before we get started, hit my music. Let's get it. All right. Once again, welcome to another great episode of the Real Deal Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Courtney Harden. Glad to be back with week 4 of my Women's History Month series. Like I said, grateful and thankful for all the incredible women in the space of all those things, business journalism and media, sports, and all that has been on the show. So, it's the second to last week of the series. But as I said, I love highlighting the incredible women in this space. So, and I have another incredible one that's coming up as well. But before I bring her on, you can follow the show on all the podcast platforms, whether it's Apple, Spotify. We're also on YouTube, BS3 Network, BS3TVLive.com, BS3 Network Roku channel as well, iHeartRadio, wherever you consume podcasts and listen to podcasts, we're there at Get the Real Deal on also all social media platforms. And you can find me, Courtney Harden, The Real Deal with Courtney Harden, on there, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, I'm on TikTok and Blue Sky. All right, let me bring in my guest, incredible woman into the golf space. She is a digital creator, host of Golf from the Ground Up. They're in season 2. She also golf, travel, lifestyle storytelling, growing the game from the ground up. So let me bring on the show Miss Kira Peterson. Miss Kira P, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Good. Thank you for having me, Courtney. Most people usually butcher my first name, so kudos to you for not calling
Okay,
me
yeah.
Kyra.
Well,
I'm,
thank
I'm,
you.
u- I'm used to it, so if somebody called me Kyra, I'd be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yes. I'm glad I the intro was good. I'm glad I got your name right. First, I usually ask you before we start recording, but I had a feeling it was Kira, so I just said
Yeah.
I'm going with it, and so got it right. So I'm so glad to have you on, and so we got already a couple of comments. You guys got any questions for Kira as well? You got Nathan Ramachandra from Nissan Sports Rush. He says, "Hi, Miss Kira P. Welcome to the show. We appreciate
Hi,
it."
everybody.
Yeah. So, but again, I thank you again for doing this. I wanted to spotlight you on this on my Women's History Month series. So, thank you again, and glad that we connected on social media.
The pleasure's all mine. I love that you're doing a women's history series and like highlighting powerful women. I mean, especially in the golf and
Yes.
entertainment and sports, I feel like that has been rising up the more or within the past few years. I mean,
Yeah.
shout out to TGL's now doing
Oh my goodness. Yes.
women's TGL, so a little spotlight on that.
Yeah. A lot of good spotlight there, and we're gonna get into all of that, and your golf career and everything too. So, but first question I always ask my first time guest, who is Kara P, and how did you get into golf and a little bit of a background of yourself?
So I'm Miss Kira P. I'm located in Wisconsin. It's cold
Yes.
and miserable, like Philadelphia
Yes.
right now.
Oh my
We
goodness.
unfor-
Yes.
we unfortunately have not been playing golf anytime soon or anytime
Right.
recently. But my background is actually not in golf. I actually in high school many moons ago, I was actually a music photographer at
Oh,
concerts. So if you were like at a concert, I'd be taking pictures within the photo pit. That's actually how I got started with interviewing bands, musicians, and taking photos. So that's actually my background. And
okay.
about I think maybe like a decade ago, maybe shorter, I quit my job and I was at Starbucks and my future boss sat down next to me and he said, "Are you looking for a job?" And I said, "Yes." As crazy as that sounds, that's the real story. And
Yeah.
um, it was in golf and travel and media. So didn't know anything about golf. I was like, I knew who Tiger Woods was and Bubba Watson, and that was the gist
Right.
of my golf knowledge. And that was in September, and a couple of months later, I went to my first PGA show, which is the largest golf convention. It's closed to the public. It's only industry people, and it's at the Orange County Convention Center. It literally is a mile long
Yeah.
from end to end. And I went, I was terrified because I didn't know anything about golf, and I said,
Right.
after the event, I need to like get more into golf. And I started watching the tour, getting to know players, like their stats, and um, a couple of years after that, the LPGA came up with an initiative called hashtag Invite Her, which was bringing women and girls into learning
Mhm.
golf. And my boss at the time said, "Kira, you've never played golf. You're the perfect test subject." And so I volunteered, and we created a series, and um, it went through, I think, one was COVID 2021, 2020. We were gonna I was gonna hit my first golf club at the PGA show, and then 2 months later, unfortunately, the world shut down for
Yes,
a
the real
while,
world.
and
Yeah.
so I did not get to do that, but I still was doing my job with the media and marketing golf company. And then about, let's see, it was right after January 6th, a month later, I quit my job because I was a little stressed out and I decided that mental health is very important. So everybody shout out there, if you're an
Yes.
entrepreneur or you are having issues with your mental health, please seek help. This is
Mhm.
just me saying that because that's important.
Yes.
And then so a year after that, I had all these followers still from my job, and I said to myself, I still love golf. I'm not in the golf sphere, and I still want to learn golf. So I decided to take a step. And on Women's Golf Day 4 years ago, I signed up for my first golf lesson at our local golf course. And
Yeah.
my good friend was my coach on that day, and he said, "Kira, you suck." Very motivational. But he
Right.
said, "You can only go up from here." And I said, "Okay." And I
Yeah.
fell in love with the game. And I said, "Well, there's nobody really showcasing learning golf as an adult." So I just thought I'll set myself in there. And
Yeah.
last year, I created a golf series, like you said, golf from the ground up, and it was fundamentals at my local golf course and learning to actually grow the game, not saying it, not speaking it, but actually doing my actions and doing what I was doing. And I created 115 short form videos. I edited all myself. If you're
Right.
an editor, you can only imagine
Totally
how long that
understand.
takes.
Yes.
and so and, and so like the second season, we're doing more of talking about world, like national, and we're season 3, we're going to go international, but it's about the whole community of golf and the lifestyle of different regions of the United States. And so that's where we are right now.
Okay. No, I love it. I love hearing the journey. No, I do because everyone has a different path and everyone has a different journey of how they started, where they've come, from where they started and where they are today. So I find it very interesting to hear everyone's different perspectives on that and everything too. And you brought up a couple points I want to hit on was the mental health thing about
Yes.
that, and it's very important because rewind back. I told the story before, but 2018, I was going through that and content creation with the
Yep.
podcast, and just trying to get doing so much, doing so much, and lost the joy of it and everything too.
Right.
2017, and I took a whole year off 2018 just to kind of reset. And because I was being mentally drained, mentally burnt out. I was writing at the time too. So and then I took that time off about a year and then got the joy back in 2019 and reformatted the podcast and things like that. So I can totally resonate with that. As you said, you just get burnt out with it. And then the pandemic happens right
Right.
after that. After I relaunched the podcast in 2019, and then 2020 hits and 2021, and I'm still doing it. But that's just But I love doing this now. But now I don't do it as often as I used to. I do it now whenever I can, and really
Right.
put out just want to put out the best. So talk about how important that is, mental health, when it comes to burnout and things like that. As you said, you just wasn't really feeling it at the time. You didn't want to really do it anymore, but you still said, I still love golf. I'm still in this space. I still have friends that want to know, are you going to come back and really be a part of the golf community?
Right, exactly, and I feel like some people are ashamed of talking about that journey,
Yeah.
and it's not a stigma anymore. Everybody goes through it. Everybody
Yes.
has dealt with it.
Hmm.
It's okay to talk about it. It's
Yep.
normal. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I mean, we live in a very stressful, world along with if
Yes.
you're a content creator or an entrepreneur or there's daily stresses and you need to make time for yourself. It's okay not to be a workaholic.
Yes, yes, it does. It does. It does. Yeah. You don't have to be a workaholic. You want to have some fun. You want to take some time for yourself because you really need that. And especially in this type of, as you said, editing, and we do all these things and ourselves. It takes some days just to get a video and cut and everything. So I totally get that. So let's talk about golf from the ground up a little bit. Where
Sure.
golf travel and lifestyle becomes the story. Um, how important is storytelling when it comes to want to tell the story of uh, golf, and even like you said, from golf from the ground up? And again, it's the premium episodic storytelling series hosted by Miss Care P, connecting destinations, brands, and audiences through cinematic golf and travel narratives. Talk about how that how that all elaborate a little bit more on how that become, and as you said, international, and you're going to be doing all these things. I'm excited to hear this story.
Well, it was kind of funny because when I started thinking about the golf series, I was just like I was kind of tired of just showcasing just me practicing golf, and I thought
Right.
it's more of an encompass of a lifestyle. Like
Yeah.
if you're a golfer, you eat, sleep, dream, communicate, you watch, you do everything golf related. I mean, I if you would have told me this 15 years ago, I probably would have laughed in your face because I was not I was doing music photography.
Yeah.
That was my livelihood. But golf from the ground up is kind of each episode is about maybe 90 seconds. It's short form. You can find it on all social media platforms, like you said. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I don't have a Twitter. Unfortunately, that's probably one I don't use, but
That's fine
I
because
just
it's becoming toxic anyway. Yes,
exactly. And so
yes. So you're good.
so I decided to kind of break it down with each episode, and then I said to myself that we filmed for like a month each week, about like an hour or two, and it was all digital. It was all on my phone, and I created still shots from the videos, and then had to export it, and then after that month, I had to kind of crop it down because each video was about 10 minutes long,
Right.
and I'm not gonna have people watch a video of 10 minutes. And so, as
Yeah.
you know, Courtney, editing videos and content is a full-time job in itself.
Yes, yeah, very time consuming for sure.
and, and so I did 115, and it's just like, what are these red tees for? why should you get fitted for a golf clubs? Like it's
Mm,
important. Why should you not wear, mini skirts on the
mhm,
driving range with heels? Like basic stuff that some people don't know about. And I mean, I learned when I was in the industry when I first started certain things, but still, it's nice to know if you're new to golf that there's a platform that people you can watch and learn instead of asking those, as some people say, might stupid questions, but no
mm.
question is
Mhm.
stupid.
Right, right. Yeah, that's yeah, that you're right. I think and I know from your website it says you're the connector as well. Talk about that like just connecting those those things, travel, lifestyle and golf. It all goes hand in hand. So you're saying, "Hey, I can be that connector of you said teaching or someone that's new to golf and they come up to on your website or your social media page and say, "Hey, Kira is a connector. Yeah, I like travel. I love to travel and play golf when you travel and the lifestyle and everything too." Talk about that being that connector.
So I am a very inquisitive person when it comes
Hmm.
to like meeting people. And so one of my favorite stories is how I got interested in connecting is I actually asked a friend who is a caddy on one of the tours, and I said, "How did you become this player's how did you become his caddy?" And he goes,
Right.
"We grew up together, we both played golf. He went one way to pro, and I just kind of played amateur, and when he turned pro, he needed somebody, and he asked his friend, and that's how they got started." And he goes, "Kira, nobody has ever asked me this question." And I think maybe they've been playing for 20 years. I'm not sure, maybe shorter, but he said, "Nobody's asked me this question." And I said, "That's crazy that I've known you guys for like 3 years now, and
Yeah.
nobody, I mean, as long as they've been touring, nobody has asked this question of the caddy." And I said, "Well, that's a really cool story." And so
Yeah.
I just started asking questions of my friends who own smaller brands. And I said, "Well, how did you get started?" Because every story is different and
Yep.
everybody kind of has that same thing of there's struggles and there's ebbs and flows and you pivot. But I just thought, I'll just ask the questions that
Yeah.
nobody asks. And so that's kind of how I became the connector of the storytelling of golf and travel because it all kind of connects together.
Yes, it definitely does. You said you got to travel to go to different golf courses and things like that. What's your favorite part of the game of golf?
I love that every golf course is different. It's one of
Mm,
my favorite things. But most importantly is I love the community of golf, like the people that are
okay.
in golf.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it's in the industry or somebody that you talk to, we're all love the game of golf. I mean, I have friends within the industry, and sometimes I don't see them unless I'm at the PGA show. I just had a meeting earlier today with a friend, and he actually lives 10 minutes away from me.
Oh
And we
wow.
actually met at the PGA show. So, um, you know, everybody wants to grow the game. Everybody loves golf. I think it's just a very welcoming community. If people don't know about golf, it's not how you think of the old caddy shack, mentality. It's not
Yes.
like that.
Yes. Yeah, yes. It's not the caddy shack.
No, not it used to maybe, but not now.
Yes, yes. And you talked about the PGA show, and as you said, it's almost I think I had someone on early, a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about it's a almost like the Super Bowl of golf. It's like a Super Bowl media role of golf. And I saw that in January, and I was like, oh man, I missed that. Now hopefully I can go this year or next
Do
year.
it.
Yes, yes, and, it just seemed so much fun, and as you said, it was networking, it was connecting, with other, content creators and, who's who in the golf industry, and everything too. Talk about that experience of, of the PGA show, as you said, of networking with some people that you might have seen on Instagram, or I know it's like it's clothes, it's golf clothing. They're doing that. It's like a fashion show. I saw
Yep.
that. It's like this is a little bit of everything. It's like the media role. It is the media
Yeah.
role of golf.
So there's actually two PGA shows. There's a PGA show at the end of January in
Mm,
Orlando. And then there's one in July. It's called PGA Show Buying Summit, which is a smaller event for like clothing brands. And it's at PGA of America's headquarters in Frisco, Texas. So you can
mm.
go to both, but the big shebang, how to start the season and the year is in Orlando. And it's like they said, it's the Super Bowl. For me, I feel like it's Christmas because I
Yeah, yeah,
love the event. Like, I mean,
yes.
you're up at the crack of dawn and you might not go to bed till midnight and you have to wake
Mm,
up at 6 o'clock and do it all over
yeah,
again. And um there's on Tuesdays there's always a demo day. So a lot of the equipment brands are out at Orange County National and you get to try the new products that are coming out and get to test anything imaginable along with seeing the new products. There's an innovations product zone at the PGA show, so you can see a lot of different products that are up and coming, and that's always fun to see. I mean, there's
yeah.
sunglasses that I saw that if you touch right here, like if you had glasses on, it can go light to dark, which I thought
Wow.
was really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, the show is great. It's always fun to see um, friends like within the industry. Last year, I kind of had a fangirl moment. I usually don't have those, but when you have somebody from Golf Channel say we love what you're doing, you kind of step back and
Mm,
you're like, oh my
yeah.
goodness, you watch me, and um, I'm. It was very flattering, and she said, keep doing what you're doing, and I said, "Oh, I can't believe she knows who I am."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, who
That's
would have
great.
thought somebody from the Golf Channel? I'm just gonna put a shout out to her. Lauren Thomas, you're the greatest. I love you so much.
Shout out Lauren Thomas. Yes.
But it's always fun to see friends like that are content creators along with like um there's obviously you probably have seen Courtney on For All's brand
Yes.
Instagram that they are now
Yep.
collaborating with Barbie. And so they had this huge pop-up with their booth and it was all Barbie. And I had to ask Jen, who is one of the co-founders. She said she told me the story about how they are collaborating with Barbie, and
Yeah.
that was amazing. And I'm
That's
excited to
interesting.
see what
Yeah.
they're gonna do with Barbie.
Yeah. Yeah. Like just it's you start to see the networking and just said new products and new clothing lines and yeah, it just seemed like so much fun. And I'm assuming you're going to the one in July also.
Yes, yes, it's a beautiful. I mean, if you have never been to Frisco, it might make
No.
you want to move there. And it's really cool because PGA of America is close to the public, like the headquarters.
Yeah.
But if you go in July for the event, you actually get to see the whole headquarters and how like professionals are getting taught, like teaching wise. And it's just they have this huge mural where you can like practice your sand traps and putting, and there's a huge mural of Tiger Woods on the other side. And
Wow.
unfortunately, some of the mural has golf ball impressions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah, that's just it just seems like a good like a really, really if you're into not even just into golf, but golf in that industry, whether you said someone from with content creation or golf radio, anything like that, it seems like it was just so many different entities and different people were there at the PGA show. So that sounds like a lot of fun.
it always is. And then on Thursday night, there's always a concert. So last
Yeah.
year it was Third Eye Blind. This year it was Dustin Lynch, which was so much fun. It was just,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody let loose on Thursday because Friday's a half day. And um, you never know who you might run into at the PGA show. It's just
Yeah.
nonstop chaos. You could be walking the floor and run into 7 people and not realize you weren't
Yeah.
trying to meet each other, but you just ran into each
Just ran right into him. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. I've done Super Bowl Media Row. I done that 1 year, 2 years ago now. And you just like you said, it's just a lot of it's chaos. It's fun, it's chaos, it's all these things. And you said you don't never know who you're gonna run into. You might have said, hey, I want to meet someone, and then you run into them by accident, bump right into it, like, oh my goodness, I wanted to meet you, and now here you are.
Yep, it
You're right in
happens
front of
more
me.
f it happens more frequently than you think. I mean,
Yeah. And I think that's
it's
even more
it
authentically too, because you didn't set it up. You just ran into them, and next thing you know, you're having an hour conversation with them right there,
Yep,
bumping right into them by accident, and it's like, oh my goodness, you take a picture with them and everything too. So yeah, that sounds
y
like it's a lot of fun there.
yep.
So
It
a
it
goal.
it it
Okay.
ha it has happened. A friend of mine, she's a painter. She actually paints golf courses,
Mm-hmm.
and, I'm not gonna name names, but she has done, like, Ryder Cup and President's Cup, but, like, you can check
Big names.
what she has done, but,
Yeah.
she's actually from Milwaukee, so we used to live 45 minutes away, but
Okay.
I was walking on the floor, and I ran into her, and we were both exhausted at that time, so we started hanging out with each other, and we were walking the floor, and I was pitching her, and she was pitching me to other brands, and it was hilarious because 'cause they're like, "You guys really know what each other is doing?" It's like, "No, we just know each other very."
Right, right. Yeah, so you're like, "Yeah, yeah, we know each other. Yes, we do."
Yeah. It's like, "You work with her," and then they're like
Yeah,
she's like, "You work with Kira," and I'm like,
sure. Yes, we work with each other. Yes.
"Yeah,
Yes, yes. That's fun. Yeah, you never, like you say, you never know who you're gonna run into when you are into these events and things like that. But I wanted to ask you about you talked about I want to talk about content creation and growing the game, and now you see a lot of women influencers and content creators, and the growth of women in golf in general. Talk about that growth. That what have you seen over? You got the brands, women running brands, and I love seeing it too. Clothing brands and things like that. Talk about that, the impact of women in golf and the growth it has been just over the last few years.
it has been dramatic." I feel
Hmm.
like I can't even put into words how many small or brands are becoming women-owned brands that are actually at the PGA show. There's so many, along with there's so many people, women that are actually taking up the game. I just saw, I think recently that the number of women in golf has increased tremendously, and actually that's great because I have
Yes,
seen it in itself how much like it has impacted with what the LPGA is doing, along with other
yes,
entities within the golf industry, along with Women's Golf Day, which is international and national, that have made an impact on it with just growing the game. I mean, how much fun is it to see people not being intimidated now by golf because they
yes,
see how much fun it is? I mean, you don't have to go on the golf course, you can go to the driving range, there's Top Golf, there's all these golf simulators. It's a way to interact and have fun, but you don't have to be great to play. You can just have fun.
right.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a professional. I'm just trying to showcase what I'm doing. A friend of mine actually asked me one time why I don't do pro-ams, and I said, "I'm not that good yet, and I would be
Yeah,
considered slow play, so,
right,
no, no, thank you. I'll leave this to you and the professionals. It's fun
right.
watching it, but I don't have to have that type of pressure on myself yet."
You say I don't want that pressure. Yeah,
No.
no, but you said you're doing your part, and I love seeing the growth. And the empowering women, or even like men empowering to, on top of that, empowering the women to continue the growth. And as you said, just I saw some numbers too, can't remember, but it was like I said, significant jump from a couple years ago to what it is today. Like, but there's so many great golf influencers and content creators in this space, and the LPGA continues to keep growing. The significant growth of that, the viewership, the growth in that. Like I said, the clothing brands and women leading these clothing brands and businesses. It's good to see. Very good to see.
It definitely is. It's very great to see like
Great.
that
Yeah.
even though the golf content creation space is saturated, but we're all niche like we have our own niche. It's not
Yes.
just like overly saturated. We all support each other. I have multiple friends that do this for a living, and we're all like our little cheerleaders. Like we're like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? I mean, it's great. I mean, everybody's either traveling, going, doing this. A friend of mine just went to the Valspar Championship this past weekend, and she has had so much fun. And I mean, just go to an event.
Yeah. Yes.
There's so much fun. It doesn't matter what if it's small or if it's big. Just go out and have fun and watch amazing golfers.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I can't wait to go. I'm planning on going to the PGA Championship this year since it's here in
Ooh.
Philadelphia in May, second week of May. So I was gonna try to go to Masters, but that's a bucket list thing I really would love to do. That you got to start like the year before just to just to get into the lottery.
I know a friend of mine's like, "Are you going, Kira?" I'm like, I didn't win the lottery yet for that, so
Yeah,
no, I'm not
no.
going. I'll watch though.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm definitely going to be watching. And yes, the plan is to go to the PA Championship. And now I'm going to try to go even just for practice. I just want to go out there for one day because I know how expensive it can be, especially the majors. And but since it's coming here. I'm like, oh, this is a perfect time. They had the Truist here last year, but couldn't make it. But I saw that the PGA Championship's going to be here, so I'm like, yeah, that might be something to. It's like a half
That's
hour
that's
away. Yeah.
that's how I feel. The President's Cup is in Medina, Illinois.
Yeah.
It's at the country club and it's beautiful. And a friend of mine's like, "Are you going, Kira?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's only like an hour and some change. I mean, I was there for
Yeah.
the BMW championship, so why not?"
Yeah, why not? Right, right. Yes, let's do it. Like you said, support, and it's you said if you go to practice that week, or if you go to the actual tournament in itself, just you said just continue to support that. Speaking of travel, what's the best places to travel for golf? In your opinion, places that you've played, or just to see a tournament. What are some of the in your favorite places to travel for golf?
Well, I'm pretty biased because Wisconsin is actually known for having really good golf. So
Right.
I'm going to say
Yes.
Wisconsin.
Yep.
Anywhere, I mean, there's Century World, there's TPC Wisconsin, there's Erin
Mhm.
Hills, there's Sand Valley. I mean, there's multiple. I mean, my local golf courses is Grand Geneva and Hawksview, and they're beautiful also. I love TPC Sawgrass and
Mm.
for where the Players Championship, that is probably one of my favorite places because you're so close to St. Augustine also. And it's one of the oldest port cities on the East Coast. So little fun fact if you wanted to know. But I love just like traveling. There's certain places that I feel like it's just I love going to Vegas. Vegas has a lot of good golf courses and I haven't been there since the Sphere has opened, but I mean, if you're into gambling or entertainment, there's always something fun to do in Vegas. And
Oh, yes.
I would on my bucket list is going to TPC Sawgrass or not Sawgrass, TPC Scottsdale. I'd love to go to the Waste Management Open,
Oh, yeah.
but I am not going to partake on how sloshed everybody gets. I kind of want to
Yeah.
see the actual hype of hole 16 with the
Yeah.
stadium. I think that would be really fun to see.
Yeah, yes, Phoenix. Yeah, that the party tournament. That's what they call it. But and there's always great golf there too. But as you said, people come there. That's more of a, you know, let's just go and party
Yeah,
and everything too. Say, hey, more to them that the ones that like to do that. But you said you want to see the hype of the golf. You want to see the
yeah,
golf and everything too. The partying's fine, but let's you want to see the actual golf, and it's always a good turn.
right.
It's always a great tournament. That's right before the Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl week. So it goes hand in hand, and everything. So yeah, that's some good places. Those are really good places that you said. I want to get back to I just got a couple more probably let you go. I could talk to you
Yeah,
for
no, no.
hours.
I have all the time in the world,
Right,
Courtney.
right.
So you
So
tell me what when you're
nope,
done.
nope, nope. I got a couple more. I wanted to. You talked about photography and concerts and everything too. Uh, are you still doing photography when it comes to and does that led to you now photography with golf as well?
Yes. So actually, the my favorite story about how I got into photography is
Yeah.
there's this little band that used to be really big in Chicago, and I went to a concert at the Metro. And if you know Chicago, the Metro is like the
Mm,
pinnacle of concert venues in Chicago. And so I took a picture of this band at with a
mm.
little point and shoot, and I showed my mom, and she goes, "That's really cool. You should
Yeah.
do that." So thank you to my mom for that little advice. And I said,
Yeah, yeah.
"Okay." And that was that was in high school, my or sophomore year, and I did it for a long, long time. And there's a bunch of music festivals here in the Midwest. So there's used to be Warp Tour. I did Warp Tour multiple times. There's a huge music festival called Summerfest in Milwaukee that was 10 days long. So like going from doing concerts and festivals that are like 10 days long to doing a golf tournament that's 5 days long is nothing,
Yes.
and I live on that hype. So,
Right.
I still do the photography. I still love like being able to capture the great behind the scenes. I think it's important to showcase to the fans that what you see on TV and what you see at the tournament doesn't really entail what really happens behind the scenes. I mean, there's so much
Mm,
that happens behind the scenes. You see um, the press conferences. That's how they sometimes are. I mean, depending
yeah.
on which tour you're at, most players are very nice. I mean, obviously, if you ask them a question that maybe they don't want to talk about, they won't be. But I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has their off days. I mean,
Right.
we're
Yeah.
all just normal people. So, but yeah, like I still do my photography. It definitely helped when I was um, being in the field to be more outgoing and being able to be more relaxed if you're around, I guess, famous people. If you're interviewing
Yeah.
them, it kind of just becomes second nature. And it's kind of just fun to see all of those people that I knew grow up into being like really big bands. And it's just crazy to think it's the same thing with in the golf industry, seeing it evolves so much from certain brands and certain people, how they used to be small and now they're ginormous, or they're like,
Yeah.
making being professionals and winning tournaments. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, I'm sure, like you said, it's evolved so much, the game in itself. I love that. You said you're still doing the photography. That's never left you. You said you
Nope.
love to do it and just doing it in a different, in a different era, field, of things from concerts to golf. So I guess you could say, there's still celebrities or there's still, just more, concerts and now golfers that you're taking captions and pictures of and you need those anyway. I mean, pictures all the time. You see the photography, you said the behind the scenes of it as well. I got a fun one for you then, and then one more, and then I'll let you go. If you could pick two or three people on a team for that you're building your team, yourself and three other people that you take with you to play a round of golf, and who would you pick and with yourself and you talk about some of your favorite places to play and where would it be?
I think I would take them to TPC Potomac,
Okay.
um, on Avenel in Potomac, Maryland, because that's a beautiful location also.
Yeah.
Play 3 people that I would choose to, take with me. One of them I think would be, Patrick Reed.
Okay. Okay.
Because because everybody gives him such a hard time,
Yeah.
but he is really a great guy, and people should really see that, what the media says maybe isn't true truly the whole story, so I'd take Patrick Reed.
A major winner
Um,
too.
yes, he
Yep.
he's a great guy, and he's
Hmm.
fun to hang out with. Let's see, the other 2 people, I would probably take Scotty, not Scotty Scheffler, Scotty who won the World Long Drive competition. Go
Okay.
check him out. Scotty's
Yeah.
great. He's funny as heck. Like we ran into each other at the PGA show and we're trying on sunglasses together for like an hour. So I
Yeah.
would choose Scotty. And then let's see, who else would I choose? I would choose that's really hard. Like it's kind of hard to like see who I would actually choose Megan from For All because she's hilarious
Mm.
and she's like so much fun to be around. So I would choose her. So it would be us
Okay.
us 3, and if there was a 4th person that if somebody couldn't play, I probably would pick Bryson DeChambeau because he is
Yes.
a he is a comedian and
Yep.
like he
Yep.
definitely grows the game. So maybe those would be like my 4-ish people plus myself.
And yourself. Yeah, that's a good 4, actually. You guys will have some fun. It'll be some great content for sure. Because Bryson's, especially him, he embraces that the spotlight and one of the most known names in the golf on top of that. And then I think he does his YouTube. I know he had his YouTube channel at one point, still does that. And he said he loves the content. So, and he's and a great player on top of that. One of the best players in the world. So yeah, that's a great, I love that. I would watch that. I watch a round of that. I
I
would
mean,
watch that.
it really just depends. Like, I mean, there's so many people that
Yeah.
you could possibly like. That's a really hard question. I mean, just trying to think of like who I would want
Yeah, yeah.
to.
I
I
mean, yeah,
mean,
there's no wrong answer on that. You know, there's definitely no wrong answer. It's just who you would think, okay, I can hang out with and we can play some competitive golf. Why not?
yeah,
And have fun.
exactly. And I know that if I had those people that I could play with, I would have fun, and I would just I would probably be crying with laughter afterwards.
Yes, yes, the stories and everything, the stories and then everything. You probably hear all types of things. I'm sure when you're playing with those 4. Yeah, that would be good. That's a really good foursome as well, for sure. All right, last one. Since it is Women's History Month, and we talked about the growth of women in the space and things like that, but Women's History Month, what does that mean to you on a personal and professional level?
Ooh, well, I love that. Like now that women are now supporting women and lifting each other up, I think that's very important. And I feel personally that I love being the cheerleader of any brand, along with women's brands that like they're doing so much good and they're doing it because they love it and
Yes.
showcasing that's fun to be a woman entrepreneur or a woman in golf. I mean, just look at social media, you'll see all of the people that are growing the game authentically and real. What you see is what you get. On
Yeah.
a professional level, I love that, like I said, I can watch my friends grow. I think it's important to help the next generation to support them along with have them understand that it's okay to have these setbacks, but being able to be that mentor if they're looking for mentorship and being able to guide them to what they actually really want to accomplish, if it's in golf or it's professionally, personal, career, what have you. I feel like it's important to embrace yourself as a woman and being able to reach for the stars and being able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. It can be as big or as little, but just remember, just keep moving forward.
I love that. I appreciate that, and appreciate that the comments and things like that, and very well said, for sure. But Miss Kira P, it has been a pleasure having you on. Really enjoyed this conversation. I'm grateful and thankful that we connected. And again, thank you for being part of the Women's History Month series this year. It was such a pleasure having you on, and thank you again, and let everyone know where they can follow you, find you, subscribe, all those things.
I was going to say, Courtney, thank you for the invite. Well, where you can mostly find me is on Instagram. It's Miss period KIRAP. That's me. You can find me. And then if you go to the website, it's misskirap.com. You can subscribe, you can follow. I mean, season 2 is just getting started. There's a lot of moving parts, but if you're interested in like letting us know what resort we can go to or golf course or which event, please let us know. We are open to suggestions.
Yes, absolutely. Like I always say, like, subscribe. The easiest thing to do, like, subscribe, and support. That's the
Yes.
shared content, all those things. That's the best way to connect and support as well. But definitely, Kira, this has been a pleasure. I really have enjoyed this, and I hope we can do this again.
Of course.
Yeah, I really appreciated it, and really enjoyed it. So thank you, and enjoy the rest of the week. Hopefully, get this warm weather as we talked about very soon, and enjoy your spring, and you get back on the golf course and really enjoy the weather when that. I think when the Masters come, it usually is like, okay, here's some warm weather coming. So I know
Ex-
we'll both enjoy the
I,
Masters for sure.
I totally agree. I want to put out there to everybody, who do you think is going to win the Masters this year? Well, who are you
Ooh,
thinking, Courtney?
put me on the spot. Wow, because see, I do a lot of DraftKings and really dive into and watch it and love it and everything too. So, ooh, I haven't thought about it yet. I know Roy's the defending champion, so can he go back to back? That's hard to do. So, Morikawa, maybe he might be a
Ooh.
yeah, or this is early prediction. So I think Colin could be there. Uh, Scotty Scheffler, of course. If his game is on, he's probably the favorite. I'm sure. I'm gonna say Scotty or Colin. I'm gonna go with those two for right now. How about yourself?
I am thinking Bryson. Has been on
Ooh,
fire,
yeah, been
but
close.
I mean, it's hard. It's just like there's so many good players that are like
Yeah,
winning. I mean, Bryson, it would be great if like, somebody that came out of left field, but I
right.
mean,
Probably will
I
be.
I always wish I could be a fly on the window when all of the champions have their dinner together. Like,
Oh
what are they
yes,
talking about?
yes. Yes, I would love that with all the green jackets and everything. Yes. Now that Roy's now part of that crew now, that winning crew. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see now how they embrace him coming. They love it that he won finally, got that monkey off his back, and it's he's part of that. I can see him winning too if he's healthy. He can win again too. So I have to get back to you on my last picks. As of right now, I'm gonna stick with those two. Scotty and Colin Morikawa. So we'll see if those are my two right now. But in 2 weeks, I'll have more. I'll dive more into it and
We can
see.
do an update version of who we think that's going to
Yes,
really win.
I will reach out and tell you. Here's what I think is going to win these couple people. So, but as of right now, I think those are my favorites to win it. So.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you, Bill. I love that. You got me thinking about that. I love that question. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And say enjoy the rest of the week. And I'll have a couple of clips up probably within the next day, as we said, with the editing.
Editing.
Yes. So by tomorrow, I have a clip or two up on our Instagram. So and share it with you. So for sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Courtney, for
All right.
having
Thank
me.
you. Yep. Thank you. You have a good one.